Alright, let's look at the practice exam 3, number 1. Right? So we want to find the absolute maximum and the absolute minimum of this given function. Right? So first we're going to take the derivative so that we can find the critical numbers. Right? So take the derivative. F prime of x is equal to, right? So I'm going to use the product rule. So this is the first guy. This is the second guy. Right? Derivative first is 1 times the second. So you have x plus 1 squared, right? Plus first guy, x quantity x minus 2, right? Times the derivative of the second would be 2 in front. Keep the same quantity x plus 1. Subtract 1 from the power, so first power. Multiply by derivative inside, which is 1 anyway, so I'm not going to write it down. Right? Then simplify. Right? Since x plus 1 is here, and also x plus 1 is in the second term too, so factor that out, quantity x plus 1, right? Then what's left is you have another x plus 1 from the first term, right? Then you will have plus 2 times x, so 2x, and you have negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, right? So clean that up a little bit. Then you get, let's see, quantity x plus 1 is still there. Then this is going to be 3x minus 3. Right? So you can actually pull out 3 from the second factor. So x plus 1 and factor out 3, x minus 1. Right? So if you set that equal to 0, we can find a critical number, which is x equals plus or minus 1, right? So these are critical numbers, right? So we found a critical number. Then over the closed interval from 0 to 3, right? So since the interval only goes from 0 to 3, we actually not going to consider negative 1 because it's outside of the interval. So we just consider positive 1, right? So absolute max and absolute min occur at one of those points, either a critical number or endpoint 0 or 3, right? So that's by extreme value theorem. All right, so we just have to evaluate the original function at those 3 points. So at 0 and evaluate it at 1 and evaluate it at also 3. Right? So one of these will be maximum and one of these will be minimum. Right? If you plug in 0, so you have a 0 minus 2 times 0 plus 1 squared, which is going to be, so 1 squared times negative 2, so it's negative 2. If you plug in positive 1, so it's going to be 1 minus 2 times 1 plus 1 squared, right? So this is going to be 1 plus 1 is 2, squared is 4, times minus 1, so it's negative 4, right? And f of 3 would be 3 minus 2 and times the quantity 3 plus 1 squared, right? 3 minus 2 is 1, and times 3 plus 1 is 4 squared, so it's 16. So 16 is the value. All right, so you can see the largest value is positive 16, so this is our absolute maximum value. Right, so we found that. Right, then the smallest is obviously negative 4. This is our absolute minimum value. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.